There's a not so secret marketplace out there that's going to help you with your research. And in today's research hack, I'm going to show you the marketplace, how to use it to find more products for your Amazon business. Let's get rocking. I'm going to have to stop doing that. Real quick before we jump into this video, give this video a like right now. I'll give you a second. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. Now we're going to jump into the video. So we're over here on Amazon right now, and we'll start here so that I can do a little bit of a drum roll and build up a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Anticipation. So the marketplace that we're going to talk about is obviously not Amazon. It is, drum roll, some kind. It's Walmart. Yes, Walmart.com we are going to utilize. Now, the reason we're using Walmart for our research is just to get more ideas. And the other reason I like Walmart is because Walmart have an old feature Amazon do not have anymore. The feature is that it'll show you the best sellers in a particular category. Amazon, you do have Amazon best sellers, but what it used to be able to do back in the day, you used to be able to go into, say, plastic shoe boxes, one of our examples, type that in, search it, and then sorted by bestsellers. You just can't, well, it's popularity became then. So it was bestsellers, then it was popularity. You can't do that anymore. On Walmart, you can. So let's take a look at it and see how we can use it. Over here on Walmart, and I'm gonna click over here and it gives us a lot of different options. So it gives us our departments, a little bit like Amazon. You can see all, just like Amazon as well, and see the departments that are available on Walmart. Now, there's quite a number of categories. It's not quite as well laid out as Amazon just yet, but it is actually quite similar. So I'm going to actually just take a look here and stop saying actually at the same time and look in patio and garden. That's a category that kind of jumps out at me there. And let me look over here and see. So we've so many niches within these different niches, which is just really cool. I'll take a look at just the sheds and outdoor storage. And again, I'm learning this as I go, like not for the first time, but I am learning Walmart at the moment. So it's not something I'm a, quote unquote, world expert in just yet. So I'm still learning the categories and how it all works, but it's pretty simple. But what we can do here is we can click into a lot of different subcategories up here, and also down here we can look at different categories here, subcategories. So let's go with deck boxes just to start somewhere. And here we go, right? Remember I was mentioning to you the best sellers thing? You can change that obviously to low to high, high to low, just like Amazon, highest rating, new products, things like that. I'm keeping it best sellers, which is really cool. And then these are obviously the best selling products. That's great. Some of these are brands, that's fine, we can still research them. So this one here is Suncast 22 gallon outdoor resin deck box. So I'm gonna jump over to Amazon and I'm gonna search 22 gallon deck box. And would you know, that's actually a search term on Amazon right now. There's lots of other ones down here as well, but this is the one we're looking at. Search that, and there we go. 96 results, way less than 1,000. That's a tick. It is a slightly bigger keyword, a longer tail keyword with 22 gallon deck box. Deck box would be obviously, I'll just do that just to see where we're at. I would say this is overly competitive now. So 2,000, right? But what we've identified is the 22 gallon deck box is something that's actually searched. We call this, a new name I've come up with, a nested niche. So it's a niche within a niche, and that's pretty cool. So when we scroll on Amazon, let's look at the 22 gallon. That's the exact product right there. It's 4065 in patio, lawn, and garden. So that's really good. Well less than 30,000. Interesting. That's the similar product right here. Different color, 8644. So that 22 gallon deck box, Suncast seem to be the only people that are actually doing that particular product. So again, I'm not saying it's the best product in the world. I'm just saying that that market is one we found and it's somewhat interesting. Now, I would also say that it is a little bit of it's a market that's it's not very super niche. You know what I mean? Like our super niche products that we look at, but it could be interesting. And potentially that nested niche, the 22 gallon deck box, is worth going with. We would need to do more research on that and do all the things that we normally do. But this video is just to give you an idea today. It's not to get into like a huge big deal about this. Now, here's something else that's interesting. We've got this plastic deck storage box container. It's 120 gallon, right? So that's another thing I would then search as well. Let's just do that. 120 gallon deck box. And again, 94 results. So that tells me that could be a potentially interesting nested niche. And look at that one. 150 gallon is doing 212 in patio, lawn, and garden. That's an insanely big seller. Now, the problem with this type of a product is what? Well, it's simple. It's that deck boxes are too competitive. But we would want to do more research to make sure that potentially 120 gallon, it's something people are searching for, it's something that's interesting, and therefore it's something we might still do even though deck boxes are too competitive. And as I scroll down here, lots of different people doing 120, 110. This one has a lot of volume, maybe too much volume, but it is interesting. You know, the price point's also really good, and it's bulky as well, so a lot of people will not get into this market. So that's relatively interesting, but probably not something we would do, just knowing what I know about this market. But there we go, we found it from absolutely nowhere. Let's go back to Walmart and take another look and just try a different category just to see what else we come up with. Many categories we would not research in. Now the other thing that's a little bit problematic here is that these are very much top level categories and top level subcategories. So we are going to find, if you want to call it, the most common products that are sitting in each of these. So like fire pits and things like that. Dutch ovens, you know, which I always laugh at, by the way. All those types of products are very common. So we would want to look at typically here products that are related to those that we may want to sell. So for example, hammocks. Well, we're never going to sell a hammock most likely on Amazon.com. It's going to be very competitive, but we would look at some type of accessory or a product related to a hammock that could be interesting. I'll look at it nonetheless just to see what's going on, see if we can find an item that's related to it via a segue search. So let's see what we got. So this one here is the best seller, so that makes sense. This one here, so this is a 2-person Brazilian style hammock. So I'll go with that. I'll just search that on Amazon. Now this will be too competitive, I know it will, but it doesn't matter. 2-person Brazilian. So 365 results. So that's good. And this is another nested niche again, right? Because it's a 2-person. So Robert talks about this a lot. It's called emulating the customer experience, meaning you're emulating what people are doing. Do people go onto Amazon and type 2-person Brazilian hammock? And the answer, in my opinion, is absolutely, because it's a particular style of hammock, this multicolored style. It's a 2-person thing. People know they want it to be a 2-person product. So it's obviously, people are searching for it. So this one right here, 2259, doing really well. But as I scroll down, what's the problem with this, everybody? Do you know? Yes, correct. You said it. It is a confused market. You wouldn't know which color to go for, what style to go for. It's very, very difficult. We knew that was going to be the case when we came in. What we want to do though is we want to just click in, and I think potentially because, now this is interesting. This is the type of item that is somewhat interesting. Now it could be way too competitive. This is a 550 pound capacity universal multi-use heavy duty hammock stand. So let's click that for 1 second, and I'm actually just going to clone that over here, and I'm going to jump up here, click Amazon, and then we're going to go with it's a hammock stand, but that's got to be too competitive. Let's have a look. Well, 938, so that's interesting. I didn't really expect that. This 550 pound thing, I'm interested in that. The universal thing, that could be the case as well. We'll just take a look and just see what we got going on here. Universal hammock stand, 187. And I think people would type in universal hammock stand. So yet again, we found another interesting product. That's doing unbelievable volume. Obviously, the time of year I'm researching in, it's helpful as well. So these items, you know, it'll be tricky to do something with this because they're all very similar. But then again, you know, it's just showing you the idea of products that we're looking for today. But that heavy duty one is somewhat interesting, and it's a good price point too. Seems to be good volume, but obviously it's going to be a somewhat seasonal product as well, so that would be a big consideration for us. And there's another interesting one, that kind of different shape one as well, so that might be something we would look at. But is a lot of them are similar, are the same, so we would want to create a different, better offer by doing, you know, customer research reviews and stuff like that. But interesting, we found this universal hammock stand, and again, there's serious volume in here with certain products. But it probably is not an ideal item. That said though, found from Walmart. Let's just do one more just to go. Well, let me just go a different way for a second. Let me do a little bit of a segue search on this hammock stand. So I'm gonna scroll right down here, sponsor products related to this item. We may not find anything, there's 29 pages. Let's see if any other items come up in here. So there's a fabric type product that you could look at, but as always, gonna be an issue with that subjectivity. So there's there. And going back one step, 15-foot hammock stand, that's something I might even search as well. So look, 15-foot, because people may be searching for that. 124 results for a 15-foot. So that's also interesting. And Sunny Days, that same company, they've gone with 2 different listings, different price points. And as you can see, the 550 pound universal multi-use one is the one that's bigger. This is the 400 pound one. So that tells me something. That 550 pound, Let me just type that in. £550 hammock stand. 104 results. So you see, as we start to get more specific in our search terms, the results come down. But also, if people are searching £550 hammock stand, like, that's really interesting because there's not all that much competition there, and there's a great price point, and one product is absolutely killing it in that market. So that's a little bit on that. Just keep jumping through here on this segue, see if there's anything else. Likely not going to be anything though. Probably all just going to be hammock related products because of the type of market that we're in. Just keep going to confirm that. Let's see. Okay, so a hammock chair stand. So again, let's just have a quick look at that. It's a different type of product. I would imagine too competitive, but I'll have a look. Yeah, over 1,000 results. We expected that. You can look for nested niches and stuff like this as well, right? So that one here, curve stand for hammock chairs. So maybe people are searching for this curve thing. C stand, that's another one that people could be looking for. That maybe is how they're searching for it, because these are different. That's a different product altogether. So if we go like, I don't know, C stand, hammock. There we go. C stand, hammock, chair stand. But I'll just do that just to see. 355 results. So again, if people were searching for that, you can check merchant words and stuff like that to see the volume behind that. You might even find, a C stand, people are searching for that. There's enough volume there for it to be interesting. And these BSRs, there's a decent range of BSRs. The main problem with something like this would simply be what it would be standing out. It'd be very, very tricky to do that, but not saying it's impossible. It just would be a tricky thing to do. There's another one. Lots of these little stands in this market, so that's interesting. And remember, this all started over here on Walmart.com. We got the idea, we brought it back to Amazon, and we started looking down and seeing with different keywords what's going on, with segue searching what's going on. And you can do the exact same thing. You can go to Walmart right now. You can search in any of these categories and you can start looking for products that are somewhat interesting, run them back through the system, segue search off of them, and start looking for more and more product ideas. So that said, I hope you enjoyed this one. A very different idea today. Please do give us a like on this video to let us know that you enjoyed it and you're enjoying the content on the channel. And down below, what I'd like you to do is let me know what you thought of this. Was this a cool tip? Was this something you're gonna go and try? When are you gonna try it? You let me know in the comments. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, do that now. And if you haven't grabbed our free training at Marketplace Superheroes, the link is down in the description below and in the pinned comment. So as always, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.